welcome back to episode 10 of my Shadowrun Returns playthrough. This is JRSEVERYN with you. We had just ended episode 9 by defeating the Emerald City Ripper, which happened to be Dr. Holmes. It was a former patient that took over, I believe, his doctor's identity and life, and ended up becoming a bunraku and operating on individuals, cutting off, selling body parts, modifying people into other forms of themselves through physical changes, and was using it to profit in terms of sales and that. We ended up finishing talking to him. We ended up finishing searching his workbench. The next room over here is supposed to be something that we're supposed to search. He kept referring to a she, who I believe, I want to say was a female troll. Maybe it might be something else, and then modifying her with some better legs or nicer legs and some other stuff. We broke into the Mercy Mental Hospital here, kind of cleared out with a few combats on a few different levels, and it succeeded in doing so. Death count still 1 in the bottom left. I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon, but I'll keep it there just in case. I have a feeling we're coming closer to the end of the series, or end of the episodes here. I don't know how much content's really left, but I guess time will tell, and we'll see as we carry on. But this could be a short video, could still potentially carry on following the Emerald City Ripper. But as far as I was aware, it was roughly 10 to 20 hours of gameplay, so we'll see. What else had happened? There were a couple of patients in the combats on the way here that somehow, for some odd reason, I don't know, but the patients ended up having guns. One had a pistol, one had a shotgun. I don't know how that happens, but I guess this place maybe not have been on such a tight lockdown as one would think, especially in their rooms and stuff. Why would they have, guns? Why would you give violent patients weapons? I don't know, but we ended up with a gear upgrade too a couple episodes ago with some nice drones. They turned out really nice, and with the new perk I think I got for 10% more accuracy is going to even be that much better. So this rigger's really turned out very nice, in my opinion, more than I actually expected it to. So that's one positive note. Let's carry on and see what we have in this next room. Oh, male bunraku. His chip slot is still fresh, the open wound pink and wet and lurid. His voice drips innuendo, but his eyes say nobody's home. Well, hello there. Did you come to play? No thanks. I just want to know what's going on. I'm not in the mood for these games. Are you okay? How long have you been here? Of course we're okay. We're ready for a little party. You want to have a little play party with me? By your name? She's assembled in a standard config. Face of a schoolgirl, body of a stripper. You'll need some thick beer goggles to miss the work she's had done. Ooh, okay. And I guess the bunrakus were being sold off kind of like sex slaves, or I don't know if they're just necessary sex slaves, but it seems like that might have been the case. I just picked up something and I missed what it was. Must be this Persona Fix chip wiper. Can be used to clear out the active memory of the SimSense Persona chip. Okay, maybe you needed that for him. Use the chip eraser on the bunraku. Leave them to their fates or erase Holmes' programming. Let's erase his programming in. See if we can get any more information out of him. His eyes focus and his hand raises slowly to touch his head wound. The fingers come away wet and sticky. Panic twitches at the corner of his mouth as he surveys the room. First you, then the girl, then down to his own body, which is no longer his. Sweet Jesus, what did he do? What am I? He begins weeping, his body racked in great, inconsolable, heavy sobs. Oh. Next room, or next floor. Nobody in there. Nobody in there either. And nobody there. Shannon Halfsky. As you approach the exit, you realize that Shannon lingers quite a few steps behind. Looking back, you see that she is half turned, looking pensively towards the horror show of Holmes' lab. Finally, feeling your eyes on her face, she faces you and raises her head in a proud, almost defiant manner. We have done much good here tonight. We have removed 2 vile creatures from this world, and so ended a growing shadow they cast upon the city. Our paths crossed and joined, and we did this thing together. But now here, our paths must divide. You saw what I saw. This isn't over yet. Hate to say it, but the job isn't over, lady. I could sure use your help with what's coming. And I'm sure I could use your help with what I must do next. A distant cry of pain echoes down from somewhere above, and the young shaman pauses to listen to the tortured sound. There is still more work to be done for both of us, but what must be done differs for each of us. I came here to find justice for my brother, and that has been done. His spirit can now find rest, but there are other victims of the Ripper, both alive and dead, who still struggle to be at peace. Many of them are here in this place, filling the halls with their torment. I cannot leave them behind. But the spirits have something else in store for you, a different path. You must finish what you've begun. You must confront the first evil that fostered the one we have just ended. I suppose I can respect that. You realize most of the poor bastards in this place won't appreciate your effort, right? There's no way I can change your mind. I'm afraid not, but thank you. Because of you, my brother's killer has met swift justice, and justice of the only sort such a man as Holmes deserved. Death. I will now set to the task of healing those he has left behind. For every madman we faced here tonight, there are a dozen innocent souls crying out in need. The spirits of the departed will also need help in passing, or else I fear they may become like those we met in the hangar. They all deserve my help. And what about Lone Star? They can't be far behind. When they enter the room back there, they will have no thoughts other than thoughts of promotion. With the Ripper in hand, my brother will be forgotten, along with all the other victims, but so too will I. They will not be a problem. Whether that's true or not, Shannon's confidence and very presence seem capable of making it true. Good luck to you, Lady O-Face. I hope you can find the same justice for your friend that I found for my brother. I appreciate that and good luck to you. Ain't no doubt about it. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that and good luck to you. You're about to transition to a new location. Confirm. Loose ends. The ride back to the Seamstress Union is quiet compared to the pandemonium left behind at Mercy Mental Hospital. Lone Star squad cars pass you on the road, sirens blaring, no doubt in response to the aftermath of your showdown with the late Dr. Henry Holmes, the Emerald City Ripper. The man who violently repossessed the internal organs of Sam and Jessica's mother, Melinda Watts, and although the killer is dead and his grip on the city is broken, it's clear he wasn't working alone. There are loose ends aching to be tied. The taxi turns out onto Redmond Way, cruising past now familiar landmarks until the Seamstress Union, in all its decadent, seedy glory, materializes between swipes of its overworked windshield wipers. Time to evaluate your next move. Okay, so maybe there is more content then. The union is quiet this afternoon. The salarymen and wage slaves haven't migrated from the nearby offices and suburbs to dabble in yet. Let's see. Plan your next move. Optional, find someone to give the Mercy mental data. Which will probably be the fencer, Bandit Gross. There she is. I'll talk to Johnny Clean in a second here. So let's see if Van Grass is around here somewhere, which I thought he was. Well, what's Mr. Cluey have to say quickly? Welcome back, Lady O-Face. Good to be back, Mr. Cluey. What's the latest news? I feel like I should be asking you. Word around here was that you were closing in on the Ripper when you last left. Dare how that went? Sam's killer has met his end. Sam would be grateful, I'm sure. And yet your shoulders are no more relaxed, and you still survey the room like a woman who has yet to return from war. This isn't over, is it? Not quite. A few loose ends to tie up. There have been some complications. The Ripper may have been killing on someone else's orders. Big guy sighs. I was hoping this would soon be all behind us. The Barons has a short memory, but for wounds such as these, it makes an exception. To see this prolonged, I fear for how it may forever change the landscape. Gangs have already started to take advantage of the chaos left in the Reaper's wake, and that only serves to destabilize what semblance of order there was, paving the way for the megacorps to make land grabs and push poor sinless further to the fringes, where the dangers are the greatest. Sooner or later, even the Union could be threatened. A good watering hole always survives. It would take an army, Mr. Cluey. Good thing the Union's got you then. Good thing the Union's got you then. Good thing we've got each other. Take care, Lady O-Face. Oh, maybe Mr. Delisle. No, I can't talk to Mr. Delisle. I doubt he would want it. No. On his workbench, Buster currently has a mil-spec shotgun fully disassembled in his parts, neatly arranged. He lovingly massages each piece with a microfiber cloth coated in some kind of gun oil or polish. Whatever the stuff is, it leaves the piece shining brilliantly and pungent as hell. Got some catalogs just come in if you might be interested in an order. I can get gear shipped overnight from the manufacturer, though I won't lie to you, you'll be paying for the convenience. Otherwise, I got plenty of the usual bang-bangs waiting for a good home. What do you say? What's the new hotness when it comes to dealing damage, Buster? Well, there are two schools of thought on the matter. There are those who swear by the smart guns and such because they make the weapons more accurate and thus more deadly. Then there's those who subscribe to the bigger boom theory, putting all their money on the biggest and baddest rounds. But if you ask me, it's all situational. That's where the real advances have come. You can pack a Panther assault cannon, but it won't do you no favors if you're fighting in a basement hallway. By the same token, a room sweeper might carve up your average pack of gangsters up close and personal, but its range is a big limitation. Military life has never taught me that. It was dealing to runners like yourself that afforded me this epiphany. You've got to be ready for anything. On that note, might I interest you in some custom mods or perhaps some specialty grenades? I don't think he has anything new since then. No. Does not look like it. Nothing right now. Doc Castle looks better and rested and in better spirits than the last time you saw her. She's also clearly had a shower and a change of clothes, maybe even some sleep. Her eyes are sharp when they turn up from her work to greet you. Welcome back. Still all in one piece. I see more's the pity for me, but I'll still take your money. Perhaps a full physical is in order, or we can call it a medical consultation. That's where I roughly determine the odds of your survival based on your professional proclivities. It comes with a lollipop. So what it'll be. Actually, I'm curious to how many patients you've lost over the years. Dr. Castle sets down her work and fixes you with a hard look. Her expression normally falls on an axis of varying degrees of indifference, depending on her level of tiredness, but now it has shifted over to something decidedly darker. Is this morbid curiosity? Call it professional curiosity. A person ought to know the track record of their doctor. I didn't mean to upset you. A person ought to know the track record of their doctor. I suppose that would be prudent. To give you a hard number is difficult. There are many who I would have considered patients that never made it home, and so I suppose one could say they died while under my care, though not as a result of it. But the number I think you want is the number of patients who died on my table, and that number is 6. 6 who I was unable to save, spread across a 13-year career. And I remember each and every one, down to the smallest detail, including the moment where I realized I could do nothing more for them. I would argue that 4 of those 6 were beyond helping from the moment they passed through my door. The 5th died as a result of complications while installing a stolen piece of experimental sideware, which I had cautioned against using. And the 6th? Entirely my fault. I made a mistake. I can't claim I was overtired or inexperienced or distracted. I simply made the wrong decision, and a young man died as a result. We all make mistakes, and hopefully we learn from them. She picks up her tablet and resumes her work. Yes, well, will there be anything else? Van Gross isn't under here. I didn't see him on the first floor, so maybe we handed that records to Johnny Clean or Miss Kubota? Guess we'll find out. Talk to Johnny Clean. Johnny Clean is talking with Cherry Bomb and Mrs. Kubota when you walk up. We were just talking about you, Lady O-Face. Cherry Bomb says. And the Emerald City Ripper. Ironic that you tracked a serial killer to a mental hospital. Miss Kubota, Johnny Clean told us where you were going, Omei. We've been waiting for you to return. I can choose the etiquette Shadowrunner. I thought you knew better than that, Johnny. You seem pretty interested, waiting to hear the latest dirt. Why were you waiting? One killer more or less in a place like this. What's the difference? Etiquette Shadowrunner. I thought you knew better than that, Johnny. Johnny frowns and nods. You're right. Should have kept my mouth shut. I should know better. It's just that we have a personal stake in the Ripper murders. This is Kubota. We have each our reasons for wanting the killer found. Sam was a regular here, and his loss has been felt, regardless of his shortcomings. The whole sprawl has been shaken by these killings as well. The randomness of them, no one knows if they will be next or what the killer might take from them. I admit that the killings have hampered business as well. I am sorry, but it is true. It does not help that Sam's body was found down the street from here. Even my regular customers have been loath to venture out with a killer on the loose. Now tell us, Omei, did you find the person responsible for the Ripper murders? The person responsible? No. The killer? Yes. Not exactly. I got the bastard who wielded the scalpel, but whoever's pulling the string is still out there. Johnny Clean, I don't understand. Are you saying that a killer wasn't responsible for his own actions? Mrs. Kubota, this sounds more complicated than I suspected. It is. The head of the asylum was killing specific people to harvest specific body parts. All of the transplanted organs came from the same donor, Melinda Watts, Sam's mother. It looked like he was putting her back together. Oh. Oh yeah, the whole thing was a Frankenstein job. The Ripper was harvesting body parts to reassemble Sam's mother, Melinda. All the victims had transplanted her organs, and the Ripper was taking them back. Oh. Go with the first one. The three are silent as the news sinks in. Cherry Bomb. So, Sam had an organ transplanted from his mother, and then the Ripper killed Sam and all those other people just to reassemble Sam's mother? Looks like it. Grisly, isn't it? That's about the size of it, yeah. Grisly, isn't it? This is Kubota. I sense a cause and effect in this. Coyote and Jake Armitage just left here to attend Sam's funeral. I'm told that there will be a reinterment ceremony for his mother as well. His sister invited me to the funeral and the reinterment when I met her. Right, a reinterment ceremony. Interesting. Sounds like she'll be buried with all her missing body parts. His sister invited me to the funeral when I met her. Johnny Clean. Think his sister Jessica has something to do with it? Cherry Bomb. Hang on. I thought I saw Sam's sister when she was here the other day. She was a corp as they come, but I can't imagine a lady like that be behind a series of murders. There's got to be something else going on. Mrs. Kubota. It is clear that you must go to the funeral and talk with Jessica Watts, Lady O-Face. I will, and I'm going to get some answers. I'm sure you will. Mrs. Kubota raises her hand, and the conversation stops. Wait, before you go, there's one more thing you did not tell us, Lady O-Face. Where is the Emerald City Ripper now? Decomposing. I think you know where. Well, he isn't in heaven, I'm sure of that. Decomposing. She nods in satisfaction. Hi, that is good. Alright, go to Watt's funeral. Oh, okay, yeah. Miss Kubota had some more dialogue. Was there something else, Omei? I found this list in the data store at Mercio Mental. Oh my. This is unspeakable. Murder was not enough for this person. Selling patients as Benraku slaves? Thank you for bringing this to me. I know you're still hot on the trail of your friend Sam's killer. I will contact some runners to liberate these poor souls from the buyer's list. You have done much good here today. The hand of the Ripper was more of a monster than anyone could have known. Let me know if I can do anything else. I will. Goodbye for now. That gave me two. Two more karma. Alright, I was going to save the next 8 for the next 2 drone levels. Well, the next 16 anyways. Take a cab to Melinda Watts, or Sam and Melinda Watts' funeral. Oh, press F to cycle through all the available weapons, rather than me clicking everywhere. Family debts. The sun has nearly set when you reach Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament. Its cemetery, dilapidated and overgrown, sits atop a small hill on the outskirts of the city. A somber enclave of the dead overlooking the sprawl of the living. The Seattle rain continues unabated, and lightning appears over the mountains, exposing the landscape in staccato pulses of stark flashes. You walk the gravel path to the gates of the cemetery. Up ahead, you see Coyote and Jake standing by the gravesite, alongside Jessica Watts and another mourner, a beautiful elven woman in a six-figure outfit. Huh. Whatever Dr. Holmes was up to at Mercy Mental Hospital, the answers lie here with the reiterated body of Melinda Watts, that recently deceased body of Sam Watts, and with those attending them at the ceremony. I wonder if Jessica Watts paid the Ripper, or perhaps the other mourner, or the other mourner. That other mourner could just be like Jessica Watts' girlfriend or something. Maybe Jessica Watts hired him to collect all the body parts back, to put Melinda back together, put the burial in the ground, bury them all together once and for all. And it just happens that Sam Watts had one of the organs. Or maybe Jessica knew or didn't know. Continue. Oh, it might actually be a fight. Fight to the death. To the end. And death. Unspent karma, we're not going to spend them. There's Jake, there's Coyote, and here comes Lady O-Face. Jessica Watts, some elf over there, the priest. It's a pretty big graveyard. The mourners stand graveside, listening to the Catholic priest's words of prayer and solace. Jessica's face is filled with relief as the last of her family is laid to rest. Father O'Malley, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Lord, receive the souls of Sam and Melinda Watts, mother and son, to live forever by your side. Amen. Jessica Watts, thank you, Father. I know that my mother rests easier now that she's finally in the parish cemetery. Father O'Malley, I'm sorry for the recent loss of your brother, but I'm glad that re-entering your mother's body here has brought you comfort. She loved this parish so. Jessica Watts, she opens her hands to the elf standing across from her. Thank you for coming, Lynn. Your support has meant the world to me. Now I can live again with my new family. Lynn, the woman is a classic elven beauty, confident, poised, expensively dressed. Of course, I am glad this ancient ritual brings you some measure of solace. I hope you'll be able to put all of this behind you now. Jessica speaks to the rest of you. Thank you all for coming. I didn't realize Sam had so many friends. I appreciate your support and your friendship with Sam. Jake Armitage, I saw him out the night he died. Only fitting I see him out today. Coyote, Sam may have had his problems, but he was our friend, part of the Union family. What? May he rest in peace. Vaya con Dios, bud? He will be missed. May he rest in peace. Father O'Malley, Miss Watts, family members and friends, thank you for attending the service. I suggest we don't linger long. The cemetery isn't safe after dark. Jessica Watts, thank you, Father. We'll just be a moment. Actually, if you could stay, I'd have a few things I'd like to discuss. Not so fast, sister. I need some answers out of you. Miss Watts, I know this isn't the best time, but we need to talk. Actually, if you could just stay, I have a few things I'd like to ask. She eyes you suspiciously and glances over at her elven companion. I suppose, but let's not keep Father O'Malley. Father O'Malley, I understand. Good night and God bless. The priest claps his Bible to his chest and then moves at a brisk pace towards the neighboring church. Where are they going? Father O'Malley leaves, granting you an opportunity to speak with Jessica, but it's hardly a proper conversation as the elf Lynn has chosen to stay and support her friend. As it so happens, Jake and Coyote have also lingered, lending you support too. Jessica Watts, alright, what would you like to talk about, Lady O-Face? Let's start with your mother. Did she know she was an organ donor? Let's talk a little more about Sam. Did you know he had a liver transplant? How about a man named Holmes? Do you know him? Let's talk about little bit more with Sam. Did you know he had a liver transplant? Jessica seems to choose her words carefully due to the circumstances or the company. No, but it doesn't surprise me that he needed a new liver considering his lifestyle. So you have no idea where Sam's transplanted liver came from? She flushes brightly, marrying her perfectly made up face. How could I? It's a matter of record, obtainable by anyone wanting it bad enough, donor and recipients. And why would I care about such a things? Those recipients served as a checklist for the Ripper, a man named Holmes. Ever heard of him? Because the donor was your mother, isn't that right? Jessica is taken back, or she's posing herself to bolt. She was nothing of the sort. The hospital records would beg to differ. One can't be a donor when they have no say in the matter. Those butchers robbed her of her body and her dignity. Her fight or flight response is now edging towards fight. And the Ripper was targeting the recipients of those organs, including Sam. Any pretense of innocence has now been cast aside, she snarls. This was a reckoning. Holmes delivered justice. For who? Your mother? You really think she'd prefer a legacy of death over the one of life? She snaps. Those people were scavengers. Ghouls. They deserved to die for desecrating my mother's body. And poor Sam, it was his drinking and debauchery that drove my mother to the grave, as sure as if he had murdered her himself. My mother deserved honor and dignity. I gave her that today. She's finally whole again with proper Catholic burial. Those ghouls who stole her organs, including Sam, have paid the price for their sins. The beautiful elf breaks in. The essence of calm. Jessica, that's enough. We have business to attend to. Jessica Watts, my old family is dead and buried where they should be. They can't taint my new family now. They can't corrupt my children. I won't go through that again. Jessica, we need to go now. She presses a button on her comm link. Jessica Watts, she sees at you. What happens now is on your head. If you had just walked away when I told you to, McCluskey would have eventually found Holmes, collected his lieutenant's badge, and closed the case. But you had to keep digging. Now you and your friends have to die. Let their blood be on your hands. Is that so? You think we're gonna die, bitch, Ma'am, we received your code red. Only 3? No problem. Oh, you guys are all dying. Oh, she's gone. Looks like we're after Jessica Watts. Oh, nope, you get back here. Dang it. Dang nabbit. one for the flamethrower? Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Oh no! Oh, it's a trap! I went the wrong way! Cody, we need to find out where Sam Stitious might have gone. Maybe one of these guys can tell us with a little encouragement. Well, yeah, we need to kill him first. Okay, we got that one. Oh, do you have another weapon? No, just his fist, eh? Are you kidding me? Wow! 3 shots at 77%, all misses. Brutal. Oh, wow. Coyote just cleaned house. 3 of them. That makes up for it. It's dead, right? Yeah. My God. Scratch at the crypt. Oh no. She's chasing me down. Like, piss off. Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, can I get one more? Oh. 75% chance. And oh, there's another scratch over there too. Oh, they're ghouls. Looks like we woke up the neighbors. We got ghouls coming. Well, it looks like we woke up the neighbors. We got ghouls incoming. Hey, Lady O-Face, maybe we can use this to our advantage. Not if they're chasing me down. Ooh. This is probably the hardest fight I've done so far. Will you just die? Like, man. There we go. Okay, so that's one last that I have to worry about. Oh, how come that's only 67%? Oh, because of... Go figure, eh? And more ghouls even. At least they don't seem to hit. Wow. That one really booked it. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Nice. It's literally every single shot. Like, I don't know why everything's so damn low. I look like that debuffs all the way across. There we go. Alright. The drones ended up in pretty rough shape there. Don't have any drone repair kits with me. Secure the cemetery, interrogate the leader, which he would be right here, dying on the ground. You listen as the sounds of gunfire and spells burst fade away and the silence of the dead returns to the cemetery. The man is beyond healing. As you look down at him, you notice the quality of his suit and shoes. This isn't a runner, and he's not from the street. Jessica Watts, she hired you. Where can I find her? You get nothing. He convulses and dies. We don't know each other too well, but it seems to me that you need to find a better group of people to associate with. You're not the first person to tell me that. Yeah, well, it's a part of living in the shadows. Do the research, chummer. Well, thanks, Jake. How did those troops materialize? That woman, Lim, seemed familiar. Coyote? Yep, she's a major spokesperson for the Universal Brotherhood. Her name is Lynn Telestrian. She's super rich. Oh, ties into the Universal Brotherhood. Jake Armitage. Jake grabs the dead man by the throat. At first, it looks like he's trying to kill him again, and then you notice he's feeling for something under his skin. Yep, he's got a Corp ID chip. You watch as Jake pulls out his modified PDA and slots the chip. Mr. Wiley here was with Eagle Security. They work for the UB, the Universal Brotherhood. That must have been Lynn Telestrian's security detail we just chewed through. If she's protecting Jessica, they'll be inside the Universal Brotherhood. Coyote, if you're going to hit the floor, or you're going to hit the Universal Brotherhood, I'm coming too. That psycho just admitted she had my friend Sam and a lot of innocent people killed so she could put her dead mother back together. That is totally slagged up. Plus, she and her half-elf buddy, Lynn, just tried to geek me. They're going to hurt for that. Jake, suit yourself, lady. I was only stopping by to pay my respects to Sam. Merc hit squads, the Universal Brotherhood, not my scene. At the moment, I can call up some of Delilah's runners if you want to go there now. Let me know what you decide. It's okay, Jake. I don't want your help anyways. You know why? You just didn't do anything that whole combat. Other than your plus 15 accuracy to help me You know, kill stuff with coyote. Search the cemetery, pick up some of the crap that's around here. Oh, there's some mummy tombs over there. There's something right here. That's the way out. The pickup over there as well. Cavalier frag grenade. Which never ever seems to be anything good. Cavalier frag grenade. Well, at least there's never a shortage of grenades around. We'll just go down here. I don't think there's anything to search and pick up down here because it seems to be the end. Oh, there was something. Item Force 4 Abomination Flesh Elemental Fetish. Summons a Force 4 Abomination Elemental. This fetish is consumed to use Spirit Summoning 1. Send it to my stash. Confirm. Where does this take me to? Well, it wouldn't take me to the Universal Brotherhood. Just looks like there's a short stack over there. I didn't think as to check. What's this do? Head to the Seamstress Union to regroup and hire a team. We'll cancel for now. Let's see what Jake has to say. I end up getting 10 karma points total, or 8 more there. This can definitely put... Oh, it says I have 8 drone combat. Does that mean I have... maximum dodge? Maybe I was getting the plus 10 actually that entire time. Like when I was back at 6. Didn't think of that. So, we ended up getting to 9 for maximum dodge roll. If I get 6 more, and then we'll see if that 1 point to drone combat actually gives me the 2 AP. Then there wouldn't be really any rush to do necessarily 9 intelligence and 9 drone. Start looking at body and well, I have another. Well, I don't have another weapon slot though, do I? Yeah, exactly. Could do spells, or could do decking. Or do throwing. Well, throwing's under strength though, isn't it? Rather than doing a gun. But then I gotta be carrying too much stuff then. And some of the spellcasting takes 2 AP to do. Yeah, I think decking would probably be the best thing to do. Then I'd have to hire a decker or a rigger, and then I could focus on others. Jake, the Brotherhood probably retains mercs like the ones that just attacked us for the solar security detail. You're going to need a full team if you're heading to their chapter house. I can arrange for some of Delilah's runners to meet you there if you want to go now. I'm heading to the Universal Brotherhood. Call the runners. No, I want to stop at the Union first. I'll haul the runners there. Well, I do need to stock up on some goods, so I'll go. I need to get some of those drone kits back and some health kits. Yeah, no, we're gonna stop at the Union first, Jake. Appreciate it, though, buddy. See you later, Jake. Moving parts. You put the pieces together. Jessica Watts was resembling her mother, Melinda, gathering her missing organs to allow Melinda a decent burial. Organs Sam sold for a quick buck after her death. The ghoul attacked after the ceremony didn't appear to be part of Lynn's Telestream's attempt to get you out Jessica's way. They were just more victims of magic helter-skelter return to the world. Lynn's well-armed security unit was a different animal entirely. You head back to the Union to resupply and rearm. Whatever Lynn and Jessica are involved with appears to be a large operation, and the trail leads to the Universal Brotherhood. Alright, Mr. Delilah is there. Bengrass is there. Dr. Sir Castle. Let's talk to Gruberman real quick. Don't think he has anything new, and that is a negative. I don't know how you get more essence. Or if you even can. Oh, so that word causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, as magic is equal to essence rounded down. Oh, okay. Magic is very important for spellcasters. The base number of spell slots available to the caster is equal to half of their magic rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. So you can go from 6 to 3 or 6 to 2 down to 1. In addition, each point of magic loss increases all spell cooldowns by +1. Casting a spell again while it is cooling causes drain damage to the caster. You cannot have less than 1 essence. That makes sense of why there's going to be 1 left over. But if I do quickness and I do the couple HP buffs and I do the 3% to hit, I could go out of intelligence into quickness into ranged combat. I guess this is what that opens it into. But then I don't have a weapon slot for it anyways. With the double drome. Don't have a weapon slot for the CSY board or Renraku board. So yeah, I don't know. I don't, yeah, other than the arms for maybe 6 more HP, and is 6 HP really going to be, like I could just get 1 point of body, or just max out my body. So yeah, I'm not going to bother doing that. Alright, so I think we're going to end the video there of this episode for episode 10. When we pick up on episode 11 or the next episode. We'll talk to Miss Delilah, we'll get our crew together, and we'll head over to the Universal Brotherhood. Possibly, maybe ending it all together in one foul swoop. So, could be one more episode, could be two, we'll see, time will tell. If you like these videos, subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications for new videos that are being posted. Do like the videos if you do enjoy watching the content that they provide. It also helps with popularity for the channel and support for the channel and support for these videos. I would very much appreciate it. Alright, everyone have a good rest of your day. JRSEVERYN out.